live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
The affidavit justifying the raid on former President Donald Trump's home is now public. Most of it has been blacked out. Trump himself explains why the judge behind the raid should be removed from the investigation.
The city of Rockford makes some progress in its fight against crime, but a major spike in one particular category shows more work still needs to be done.
And new season, new memories to be made. Edwards Apple Orchard is officially open, and there's a new way for families to pick their apples this year. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson.
A federal judge has released a heavily redacted version of the affidavit FBI agents used to justify their search of former President Trump's home and office at Mar-a-Lago. It says agents found national defense information and other highly classified material.
The affidavit is considered the Department of Justice's roadmap into how Trump is said to have removed the documents. Rashad Hudson is keeping you connected to the nation's capital.
Friday, the Justice Department released a largely blacked out affidavit explaining why they needed a search warrant for former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate.
It's a very serious investigation.
The filing revealed in January, Trump returned 15 boxes of records to the National Archives. The FBI says 14 of them contained a disorganized mix of classified information and raised concerns additional national security secrets remained in an unsecured area at Mar-a-Lago.
It's not like stealing a stapler from your former employer on the way out.
The affidavit included no details about the 11 sets of additional classified records the FBI says it recovered after the search on August 8th. Media attorney Deanna Schulman says the public has a right to know what led to the search, and the government should have provided more information about their requested redactions.
Whether it's safety of witnesses, integrity of the investigation, surveillance techniques.
The FBI wanted to keep the entire affidavit under seal, but a federal judge required this redacted version. President Biden says it's up to the DOJ to decide if Trump's actions compromise national security.
We'll let the Justice Department determine that.
In the meantime, Schulman says she will keep fighting to have more information made public. Reporting in Washington, Rashad Hudson.
Former President Trump reacted to the release on his social media platform Truth Social. He said the judge should have recused himself from the case for his, quote, animosity and hatred toward the former president. Trump also called the raid a witch hunt by the Justice Department and the FBI.
The results are mixed in the latest Rockford crime report. Aggravated assaults and violent crimes are both down about 3% so far this year compared to last. Domestic violence-related crimes also down 5%. But auto thefts are up more than 80%. That comes out to about 200 more reported cases. Robberies and property crimes are also up roughly 10%. A Freeport man is recovering after a gunman forced his way into a home and opened fire. This happened on Pleasant Street between Galena and West Avenue just after 2 this morning. The shooter also fired at 2 other people inside but missed. The victim was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. Police say this was not a random attack and they believe it's gang-related. Anyone with information is asked to call police. Working on a farm may not sound like a dangerous job, but when working with big machines, chemicals, and animals, it has its moments.
Which is why one local nursing school took its students on a trip to an Orangeville farm. Nikel Delgado joined them. Nikel, this gives those future nurses a glimpse at just how serious farming injuries can be.
That's right, Eric and Mimi. This is the 3rd year State Line Farm Rescue has teamed up with St. Anthony College of Nursing. Students not only get to learn the kinds of farm injuries, but they also get to do simulations of rescue and care.
When I'm thinking about a farm, I think of animals. I don't think about, anything that goes into it.
Kayla Slenschker is a senior at St. Anthony College of Nursing. She and 40 of her classmates got to see what life is like on a farm, including the dangers of working on one.
I'm going to be in the grain bin. I'm the victim today. I'm going to be trapped in it, and I think it'll just be really exciting just to see what everybody goes through, not only as the victim, that's got to be a very scary process. You don't know if you're going to make it or not. And then also just seeing how all of my classmates work together to get me out of it.
The type of traumas that they're going to see out here on the farms are going to be pretty graphic. They're going to be, basically a dismembering, amputations, a crushing injury. And then not to say if it's a grain bin rescue, how long is that going to take? And that could take hours to get these people out.
Coordinator for State Line Farm Rescue, Mark Baker, says it's important that these students know what to do if they treat someone involved in a farming accident. That's because oftentimes they have to treat patients in the field.
Whether it's a grain farm, a dairy farm, a beef farm, it doesn't matter. There's still hazards out there, the equipment, the animals that are out there. So there's a lot of things that are going on, a lot of factors that they're going to be exposed into today.
Both Mark and Kayla believe this experience in learning farm safety will make better nurses.
How I can learn to make a difference even in a farming community. I think it's really exciting and a good learning opportunity.
Kayla tells me with this new exposure, she will be more beneficial to her career. Eric?
Thanks, Nikel. From the farm to the apple orchard, a State Line staple is back. This is day one of the new season for Edwards Apple Orchard in Poplar Grove. Our morning crew is there to help kick things off live. There's a new feature this year. Edwards is offering families a ride through the orchard on the back of an apple wagon, and you can pick apples along the way. Staff members tell us they're excited to get started.
So it's that first moment when we have a line down to the parking lot and everyone comes into the barn. It's so exciting, it really feels like people are coming home. And that's the best moment, really.
Apple picking runs through the end of October.
A nationally recognized violinist will take the Coronado stage with the Rockford Symphony Orchestra this weekend. But first, he's front and center in the classroom. That's Blake Pouliot, and he did more than just show off his skills in front of music students at Rockford Lutheran. He told them about what it's like to go on and tour and perform professionally. Pouliot focuses on classical music. He says learning to play an instrument teaches kids skills beyond the music venue.
Classical music adds a certain element of focus, it adds an element of discipline, and also it rewards you for the work that you put in. I think those skills are incredibly valuable for whatever you decide to pursue for your living. And they also, being rewarded for something and understanding that if you put in the effort that you're actually going to see results fairly quickly is a really valuable skill.
Pouliot often provides guest lectures to students in the cities where he tours.
Despite inflation easing just a bit recently, the Federal Reserve says it still plans on raising interest rates.
Even though it admits the strategy will hurt Americans in two specific ways, the Fed says it's necessary.
And temperatures today remained a little bit cooler despite all the sunshine that we had, but we have some big changes toward the end of the weekend. Stay tuned for all the details coming up in just a few minutes.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
The Federal Reserve shows no signs of easing up on interest rates in the battle to bring down inflation.
This year, the Fed has increased rates at the fastest pace in decades. Regulators could raise the benchmark again by as much as 3/4 of a point at next month's meeting. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell says the jump could bring a weaker economy and some painful job losses for Americans until inflation is under control.
We are taking forceful and rapid steps to moderate demand so that it comes into better alignment with supply and to keep inflation expectations anchored. We will keep at it until we're confident the job is done.
Even though inflation declined in July, Powell says that's not enough for the Fed to change course. He says he'll have to see a prolonged trend that inflation is declining before the Fed will stop hiking rates.
Free at-home COVID tests will end next week. A senior White House administrator says there's a limited supply and it wants to save those tests for a potential spike in cases this fall. Congress also hasn't approved funding to buy more tests. Many pharmacies and community health centers sell them over the counter. However, if you have health insurance, the tests should be free. Meanwhile, two COVID vaccine makers are headed to court. Moderna filed a lawsuit against Pfizer and BioNTech, which worked together to develop its vaccine. Moderna claims Pfizer infringed on patents it filed between 2010 and 2016. Those patents protect the mRNA technology behind its shot, SpikeVax, and invested billions of dollars in creating the technology. Pfizer has denied the accusations. Cloudy start to the day, but that's giving way to bright sunny skies. Hopefully it stays that way.
But there is a chance Mother Nature could dampen things a little bit. Jordan lets us know about our rain chances in your first warn weather forecast next.
Now, your first warn weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
Well, we had plenty of sunshine as we got later on into the afternoon today, and that brought our temperatures up just a little bit, but really not very far considering how much sunshine we did get. And that's because of a more northerly wind that helped to bring those temperatures back down more cooler than they otherwise could have been. But as we look a little bit further off to the west right now, that's where we're going to be seeing our next system working its way through. Over across parts of Colorado right now, plenty of moisture going up and over those mountains, eventually working its way through here to the state line as we trend toward the weekend. Right now we are seeing those sunnier conditions, a couple of clouds still showing up. The SkyTrack camera overlooking downtown Rockford there, sponsored by Window World. But as we get later on into the weekend, clouds will be increasing as well as the chances for rain showers. That northerly wind, as I mentioned, very evident here with those wind particles. That's what's keeping the warmer weather a little bit further to the south as well as to the west, where they're currently seeing temperatures into the 80s and even a couple of spots into the 90s across parts of the plains. Locally here, nothing like that. Temperatures still remaining in the upper 70s, officially now 76 in Rockford, picking up a little bit more cloud cover. 76 in Freeport, 79 in Savannah. A little bit of that sunshine currently working through parts of the state line. Clearing skies later tonight lead to near perfect football weather for anyone heading out to Friday Night Lights to be able to see some of these games that will be happening. Temperatures right around 5 o'clock right now, still around the mid 70s. But as we trend toward the back half of the evening, temperatures quickly dropping as the sun sets. So you might want to grab an extra layer before you head out, as temperatures falling all the way back down into the 50s for the overnight low underneath those clearing skies. That could lead to an instance of some patchier fog developing as temperatures drop close to where the dew point remains. That quickly burns off tomorrow, though, as temperatures warm back up into the low 80s, officially 81 degrees. Sunnier skies, at least initially on, but increasing clouds as we get later on into the afternoon, and the isolated chance we could see a spotted shower. Timing those out in Futurecast here, we get those mostly clear skies for the overnight tonight. But tomorrow, that's when those clouds will begin to increase toward the afternoon, as well as those isolated showers remaining a little bit further off to the west. That's mainly where that focus remains for the isolated showers tomorrow. Cloud cover tomorrow night increases quite a bit into the day on Sunday. That's when we see those rain chances and even some thunderstorms working their way through Sunday morning. Throughout the day, waves and periods of those showers working their way through. That continues to be the case all the way through into Monday as well. A couple of cold fronts, though, eventually bring our temperatures back down. After that warm point Monday, we reach 86 degrees. That cold front quickly brings us back down into the 70s as we get toward the back half of the week. Cooler weather looks to remain a little bit closer to the pattern here. Climate Prediction Center Outlook putting out this for the first few days of September, keeping us at least very close to or just below normal for our temperatures, what we should be right around the low 80s. That's what we're looking at here for the 7-day forecast. A couple of days in the low 80s with some storm chances working their way in toward the back half of the weekend and Monday, but those couple cold fronts clear us out and cool us down as we trend toward the back half of next week.
Thanks, Jordan.
Reagan Holgate is next with sports.
She'll join us live at Stillman Valley for our high school football game of the week. Get ready for a preview of a big week 1 rivalry coming up.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
Finally, the night we've all been waiting for. It's opening night. I know Scott and I are more than excited to bring you all the action tonight on Overtime, but first, we are live out here at Stillman Valley for our game of the week, and it does not get much better than this for a week 1 rivalry. The Cardinals are set to host the Byron Tigers. The defending 3A state champs still have quite a few tools in the tool shed this season. Their junior class is going to be lethal. Byron shut out the Cardinals last year 35-0, obviously hoping for an equally dominating performance tonight. They've won the last 2 against Stillman Valley and 7 of the last 8. Key players to watch tonight will be Braden Smith, Kai Aiken, and freshman Caden Considine. The mindset coming into this game is different for Jeff Boyer and his team. It's a new season, and that means it's time to learn from last year and move on.
We've made it very clear that we're 0-0 right now. We certainly lean on some things. from last year to have the kids focus on and you know, kind of ask them, hey, why did that team make the run, and what do we do to make that possible, and we try to emulate that here this year.
The Cardinals are coming off an 8-3 season, finishing third in the Big Northern. They graduated 12 seniors, including 7 offensive starters. Guys like Cale Rauman and Jory Spain will be big tonight. But it's still week 1, and head coach Mike Lawler knows it will be a learning curve, especially when you open the season with a team like Byron.
You know, I think they've worked hard, and I think that we've prepared well. But until you really get into the fire of a Friday night, you just really don't know for sure. So I'm hoping for good things, and time will tell here very shortly.
But this game isn't the only one happening in the Big Northern tonight. Let's take a look at some others. Dixon is at Oregon. Genoa Kingston hosts Winnebago. Lutheran travels to North Boone, and Rock Falls is at Rockford Christian. All games start at 7 p.m. Scott and I will have all of tonight's action covered for you on Overtime. Tim Bailey will join us to look ahead to tomorrow's Nick 10 action. Tune in to Overtime live tonight at 11 on Fox 39. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Jordan will have a final look at weather in a moment.
But first, here's what's coming up later on News Nation.
Tonight, Mark Zuckerberg reveals they buried the Hunter Biden laptop story after a visit from the FBI. How the social media platform now handles election misinformation. Plus, a parody Border Patrol agent challenge coin shows how one former agent really feels about the agency. That's On Balance tonight on News Nation.
Jordan's back now with another look at weather. At least half the weekend, the first half of the weekend's looking really nice.
Yeah,
right.
Second half, not so much.
Not so much, exactly. We got plenty of sunshine, at least to end off here today. That's going to be the case for most of the day tomorrow, but we do have to hold on to the very isolated chance that we could see some scattered showers. But first, overnight tonight, anybody going out to Friday Night Football, nearly perfect weather. A little bit chilly, so maybe grab an extra layer, especially if you plan to be out later on this evening.
Perfect for football,
but that's
right?
okay. That's what we would expect for fall weather, and that's what we're expecting here later on tonight as skies continue to clear on the Firstborn Interactive Radar from Rockford Auto Glass and more. But as we've mentioned, though, we're trending toward the back half of the weekend. That's what we're looking at, some of those rain chances beginning to work their way in, including some chances for storms Sunday and Monday. Temperatures much warmer, but cold front cools us back into the 70s toward next week.
Thanks, Jordan.
And thank you for spending some of your time with us. Stay safe.